Si tu es ingénieur, puis tu tombes sur un lac, tu vois les remous dans l'eau, tu penses à la gravité, puis là tu te dis, ben, si je construis qu'un bacage, que je mets une turbaille dessus, que je fais passer l'eau dedans, que je branche ça sur une centrale hydroélectrique, puis que je fais tourner la dynamo, voilà, je fais de l'électricité. Puis si je suis vraiment intelligent, ben là je tire la ligne électrique jusqu'au village en bas dans la vallée, puis voilà, j'allume le village au complet. Si tu es ingénieur, puis tu...
Voilà, voilà, je vous c'est que voilà, je vous ingénieur, et que là, je voilà. Et que scoobity boobity, et que scoobity toi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8, 9, 10. Oh man. Some of the latest AI, Michael Saylor AI slop, ladies and gentlemen. Volatility is energy. Engineers harness it, says he. Look at what the reposter said. If I had torched infinite of my investors' money, I might simply avoid posting videos where I'm physically underwater. Touche, good sir. Touche. Like, read the room, buddy. Your stock's underwater. You make a video about being underwater. All right. Anyway, good day, everyone. Good afternoon. It's about lunchtime. What is it? Is it Tuesday today? Oh, it's Wednesday today. It's hump day. And guess what? It's the Qubic Halving. But where's the community at? I feel like we have a lot of closeted Cubicans these days. People used to be proud Qubic holders. Now people are just like, I hold my Qubic. Shh. What's going on? It's the halving today. I don't see the energy I should be seeing over on X. Everybody should be like crazy Bitcoin maxis. Oh, it's the fucking halvings today. We're about the moon. Anyway, I'm just playing around. No one's got to be hyped up. But yeah, today is the halving, right? It's the 19th. It's 52 weeks into since the last halving. Let's get over. Let's get into the live stream. Let's get into it. Oops, this tab. The halving is live. This was posted 2 hours ago by the official Qubic page. Make sure you are indeed following them, right? So underscore Qubic, QUBIC underscore. Second halving is live. Epoch 227. Weekly emissions holds at 1 trillion. But get this, they're insta-burned. So right now it's 77.5% burned every week. So now you have 225 billion Qubic being sent into circulation every week. And then you have 10% of that going to qEarn and 8% going to the CCF as well. So do not forget that. All right, 77.5 is a ceiling, not a fixed rate. The supply washer adjusts within, so figures are approximate, but the direction is fixed. And it isn't discretionary, approved by the quorum on June 3rd. Yep, it was already voted on. Scoobity boo bop boo wop. Oh, is there a whole new blog about this? Let me see. Let's go here. 225, why the halving, Project X. We've talked about that a bunch of times. I got plenty of videos on Project X, but let's read about it real quick. Let's zoom in. I get for me it might be redundant, but there might be new listeners who aren't familiar. So let's go through with this. All right. The Qubic halving is a programmed reduction in the protocol's weekly token emissions designed to control the supply of Qubic's tokens and promote long-term sustainability. as part of Project X, which reduced Qubic's maximum supply from 1,000 trillion, aka 1 quadrillion, to 200 trillion cubic in 2024. So they went from 1 quadrillion to 200 trillion. The halving is a key mechanism to manage inflation and enhance token scarcity. This event will cut effective emissions by increasing the proportion of tokens burned each week. Keep in mind, CFB, the founder, didn't think this was necessary, but the community wanted it, so it went through. Like I think that's a slept on fact, you know. Obviously the fact that the supply change and all that is big, but the fact that the founder didn't find it necessary to do that because he knew, how scarce it would be anyway, based on how the chain worked. Yeah, he went through with it anyway. He was like, "All right, whatever. We don't need to, but if you guys want to." Pretty much. That was his energy about it. Which I was like, that kind of sold me even more on the project early on. I was like, "Damn, he's like that." I'm like, "All right, cool." Um, Qubic's tokenomics rely on a weekly emission of 1 trillion cubic with a portion allocated to miners. The computer control fund, Q earn and burned. Yep. The having adjust this balance by significantly increasing the burn rate, reducing the net tokens entering circulation. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you know, you know. If you didn't, now you do, and you're welcome. So the cubic halving is today. It's the Wednesday is the start of a new epoch every week. So yeah, as of right now, literally 225 billion less cubic are being emitted to the network. So on it, so thing I talked about this the last, I think maybe 2 or 3 live streams ago, like how the smart contracts work. When there's an IPO, all the bids during the IPO, all the cubic gets locked into the contract to be burned for usage. So for instance, the Q bridge, just the Ethereum bridge alone, smart contract burned more than a half a trillion cubic, right? It was like 540 something billion cubic that got locked into the smart contract to burn. That's that's more than double 2 weeks of emissions just for one smart contract. Right now, imagine when builders really start to come onto the network, right? Just like Ethereum. Like on Ethereum, there's thousands of smart contracts that have been uploaded to the chain. Dude, there's no rush, dude. There's no rush. Builders are coming. They're coming. Pause. Slowly but surely, smart contracts are gonna keep getting layered onto the network. They're gonna be burning hundreds of billions of cubic at a time. Probably less now because since the halving is here, um, people aren't gonna want to let go of their cubic for cheap because you need cubic to own parts of the smart contract, right? If you're a builder on cubic and you see the value of the technology, you're not gonna take, the supply of cubic for granted, no matter how high it may seem at the time, because every time a smart contract gets deployed, it's gonna make cubic deflationary pretty much, depending on, the value of or depending on the perceived value of the smart contract, I should say, on the community. So yeah, there's that. There's that about the halving. You know what? Suddenly I'm thirsty, but I guess I'll just get my water. I was gonna go to the fridge, but hold on. I was gonna stand up and get some juice, but I'm like, nah. You guys love that the sound of that, right? Yeah, so there's that about the Qubic halving. Now let's talk about
No mames.
what was it? Oh, the qMine 1 year. It's our anniversary. It's our anniversary. See, where's the Qubic page at? Or qMine? My bad. qMine. qMine. Let's talk about qMine. qMine is literally the best play on Qubic, dude. Literally, you 20x outside of meme coins like coded that are like one-off quirks. This is a real like RWA. This is the truest value adder to Qubic. I don't know. There's no other way to put it. I don't know. There's no other project that brings value to the Qubic network like qMine. It brings a transparent team, a hardworking team, an awesome community. It's like it doesn't get any better. Look at this. We've burned 2.5 million qMine already, and the total supply is 900, or I think it's a little less than 900 million now, because they burnt 10% not too long ago. So it was 1 billion. They burnt 10%, and now they're doing buybacks and burns, which makes qMine even more deflationary. Which means every time they do buybacks and burns on the token, it makes your payouts that much bigger because there's less tokens to divide, right? What's bigger? 100 divided by 10, right? Or 100 divided by 5, right? If you have to divide by less, the chunks are gonna be bigger, right? Yes or yes. So qMine's got that going for them. Not to mention they're still sitting pretty much at 18 to 20x right now from Genesis from when we got in. Ooh wee skadooby. Ooh wop da ba doo wop. Skimmy da ba doo wop da ba doo. And we just talked about this on the last live stream. We just had a record breaking payout, dude. 6-1 Qubic. Dude, I don't know what Zox did to the miners. But that shit is crazy, dude. 15 billion in revenue because he literally like 5x'd the revenue. Like that's crazy as hell. So, yeah, just in time for the halving too. So the payouts are gonna look a little more normal, which is still good. But yeah, that's crazy. Skip it up, but do do. Yeah. Where we at? Where we at in the live chat? Say what's up in the live chat and make friends. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Let's look at qubictrade.com real quick. Since it's our 1 year anniversary. Every so often I do mention this. Like qMine does have the most I'm not a chart guy. I don't really care for charts. But I know a good chart when I see one. Look at that. And I know when it's just up and to the right, that's a good one. Look at this, dude. Look at this, man. Just up and to the right. Of course, little wicks, little dips. Dude, just up and to the right, man. So beautiful. Beautiful. I just want you to know you're my favorite girl. I know you doesn't know about you. See, cubic price is still pretty stagnant. I guess the halving is a nothing burger, but I think it's just like the Qubic halving. The nothing happens, or the Bitcoin halving. Nothing happens to the price until like months and months later. So I mean, it's not a big deal that Qubic isn't pumping right now. So if you're new to Qubic and you're like, oh, the halving happened and the price isn't pumping, that just means you're new to crypto. And there's kind of when things happen, there's a delayed effect. So yeah, even with Bitcoin, the Bitcoin halving, it's not instant fucking price doubling. Takes months for the market. It takes months for the market to catch up to what's happening in real time. Because we're early. If we're looking at this stuff, we're early. Man, I'm shocked. Coded is still strong in this bitch. God damn. I like it. I still haven't sold any. I still haven't sold any coded. This makes me think something crazy is gonna happen. Like it doesn't want to go down. Not that I want it to go down. I haven't sold any. I think maybe a lot of whales must just be holding. I don't know. Maybe there's a bigger plan. I'm just gonna keep holding my whatever I got. Are you a coded holder? Let me know in the comments or in the live chat. Let me know. Do you hold some coded? Cause I sure do. Scoobity boo bop boo bop da. All right, that's pretty much it with the news for Qubic. Not even the Qubic page has like much news really. Watch, let me see. Let me see, cause I'm like fishing for stuff that I haven't talked about yet with you guys. See, we talked about the halving. There's going to be an AMA tomorrow. Hopefully the audio is good. Ticks unlocked. We've talked about that. Mm, we talked about this. Their security incident. I have a whole video on it. I should have clipped out a shorter version, but I did talk about the security incident on a live stream. Let me see if I can pull it up. Wait. Ow. Oh yeah, number 243. That's what it was.
Plainly, calling Meta's AI division a gulag.
Yeah, so it's episode 243. So if you missed the security breach news, make sure you check out episode 243 of Qubic and Chill. Yeah, cool. Cool beans. All right, there's that. There's that, mate. Oh yeah. Another thing I wanted to talk about with qMine. A year in with qMine. So check it out. 1 year of qMine from one halving to the next. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. This is exactly what I wanted to talk about actually. All right, holdings 450 billion Qs worth of smart contract shares. Ooh la la. MLM number one holder. Wolfpack number one holder. MS Vault number two holder. QRWA number four holder. Ooh la la. Now look at this, the RWA ownership of the qMine token holders. So here's what we own, right? Also, 400 CPUs, 24 GPUs, 10 BTC ASICs, and 5 Doge ASICs. This is what we all share as holders. It's all us. So revenue pools, we started with pool A for CPU mining. 1 year later, qMine has 4 separate revenue pools. So we have a pool where it's just Qubic CPU and GPU mining. That's one pool, right? We have pool B, which is smart contract revenue. Pool C, right, which is alternative coin mining, BTC, LTC, Doge. I think maybe, yeah, that one. And pool D, MLM Water. So we own. So if you're not familiar with MLM, that's My Last Match. It's a game being developed by the heads of the founder of Qubic and his buddies. And water is a very useful supply, right, in that game. And qMine happens to own a pretty much. They have a monopoly on the water supply in the game. So we're gonna own all the revenue of the water. So assuming that game, does well, that's just a value adder. Even if it just does whatever, we're still getting, the other stuff. So MLM is like a value adder that's still yet to be seen. But if if it turns out to be on the upside of the possibility, payouts are gonna be nasty for a while. Imagine payouts that are like 10-1, 15-1. Right? Like wouldn't that be crazy? Anyway, but that's what's gonna happen eventually. Especially if the game takes off. But I mean, that's just me speculating. Not to mention, the team is gonna keep reinvesting in more miners, building more efficient rigs. I mean, the project's just gonna keep getting stronger. That's why I feel like since from the jump I've been saying this has the potential to be like a legit like mining farm. It just depends on how the team wants to run it, All right, 15 billion plus Q reinvestment fund by qMine itself and ready for further expansion. 15.6 billion Qs in a single epoch. Good God Almighty. Our best mining result ever, thanks to Zox. Your shout out to Zox. 900 proud holders. Nice, dude. Remember, dude, we were talking about this, looking at the holder account. It was like 300 something, maybe high 200s. Dude, now we're almost at 1,000. Dude, imagine just the number. Like, say there's even 5,000 holders, right? Dude, this is why when you get speculative, like price kind of goes crazy. So look at the price right now, right? Especially at the Qubic price right now, it's so cheap. And we're at 44,000 Qubic per qMine coin. Imagine when things get serious and there's more holders. And there's still buybacks and burns, so the supply is getting less, but the demand is gonna get more. It's gonna rise. Imagine you have 5,000 people trying to get the same. We have less than 1,000 people right now. Imagine if you have 5,000 people just trying to get their hands on it. How dude. Now as I'm thinking out loud, now I'm starting to see truly. You know what? I was hesitant to put, more into qMine because of how many X's it already did. But now I'm starting to realize just how early. I think that's what it means to be early. Sometimes you're so early, you don't even realize how early you are. Like, you feel like you've been in it forever. Damn. Well, that's just me. I'm not saying you do anything based on what I'm saying, but that's just me thinking out loud. In real time, that's pretty crazy if you think about it. I was gonna do this last night, but I fell asleep. I have to put $100 into qMine right now. Because if you believe in Qubic, qMine's it's gonna be tethered right with Qubic. So you might as well buy the Qubic, hold the qMine, flip the qMine, get the Qubic back, and hold the qMine for less than. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't that make? To me, that makes sense, right? Because let's say you put $100 into Qubic, right? And then you turn that $100 of Qubic into qMine. That qMine does another 10x. You can take 90% of that, or even 50% of that if you want to be generous with your qMine holdings. Put it back into Qubic, and you still have more Qubic than you started off with, and more, and you have qMine and revenue from qMine. You know what I mean? These are like the things that run in and out of my head when I think about Qubic and qMine. And then you have to also think of the future pricing, because right now, obviously, we're playing with like, potato chips. But soon we're gonna be playing with, copper chips, and then silver, and then gold. All right. All right. Tokenomics and payout. Price action started at 250. Yep. Ruger's 5,000. We hit a 20x in this move. Oof. Now we're holding strong at 4,000. Scoobity doobity. Deflationary. More than 102 million qMine tokens have been burned. Scoobity doobop. Yeah, that's pretty much it with qMine. It's pretty much it. Anything else? Anything else with qMine? Nope. 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 No. Oh. 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 Oh yeah. So we talked about what's his name for a second. Now let's look at. Oh no, is it not there? Hold on a second. Let me see if I have it. Bookmarks. History. History, please. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the content lately, but I saw this pretty cringy clip of Andrew Tate back in the day trying to coach his cameraman on how to film him. So just check this out. I thought this was pretty interesting. Now we're done talking about Qubic. Transition. Hey, are you guys out there? Say what's up in the live chat. What did do?
Why don't we have a trial period?
Listen, this is how it's got to be. Every time I say I need a banner here for this or whatever, it's going to happen. I want there to start playing some like gangster trap, badass music over it, because everyone knows like I'm a legit G. And then we need like a montage of me looking cool all the time. Even if I'm doing nothing, just having a coffee, you need to edit it up in slow motion from different angles and shit. We're like, wow,
Slow-mo coffee.
He's really having that coffee. That's how coffee is had. He's the fucking man. So if we're gonna do this, that's how I want it to do. That's how I want it to look.
Man coffee, right?
Yeah, exactly. So right now,
Dude, did you hear the sarcasm in the cameraman's voice? Man coffee, right?
that's how I want it to look.
Man coffee, right?
Yeah, exactly. So right now, we're on our way to get my car. This is the courtesy Aston. We're on our way to get my Aston. And when I pick it up, I need loads of shots on the outside. You got to get all the detail on the wheels. I just had the wheels painted custom. Slow motion to be driving around. Everyone's got to know I'm the man. And you got to put at the bottom, Andrew's loaded. All you hot women who are bored of your lives, just hit him up. He'll look after you.
Hit him up.
Hit me up. Yeah, I'll look after you. Just come to me.
As in fight you.
No. Even right now,
Gonna be.
hot women inbox Andrew. He's got paper.
Dude, what? That's so pathetic. What the hell? I didn't think I hadn't made it that far into the clip. That's crazy. Hit up. That's so pathetic. It's unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
The wheels painted custom, slow motion to be driving around. Everyone's got to know I'm the man.
Everyone's got to know I'm the man. Dude, what? He's got paper. Let them. Man, even saying it out loud, he doesn't realize how, like, crazy that is. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Well, that's interesting. Well, Snakes here, mate. Oh, check it out, dude. I don't know what's been going on with Pat Betrick David. Pat Betrick. There I go again. Pat Betrick. Patrick Bet David. But he's been having the worst takes on literally every new piece of news ever. The last fucking, I don't know, I guess maybe forever because I don't watch the guy, but he's just been on my feed lately and he just has the worst take on everything. Just the literally the worst. So here's the caption. All right, PBD and Andrew Wilson. So this is from Paramount Tactile. Anyway, okay. Andrew Wilson won more than Candace. Andrew destroyed her on substance, which is what debates are judged. But Paleo Christ Khan, who was Andrew Wilson, was playing 4D chess and Candace was playing Feels and Dreams. Andrew was the big winner of all fronts. Cope. What? I'm not even sure what to make of that. But check it out.
Because let me explain it to you how much he won. And I think he won more than Candace won. And my argument's going to be very, very weird. You ready?
Go ahead.
You ready? This guy spent $300,000 and got somewhere between $50 to $200 million of ad viewership.
Yeah. Great point.
So guess what?
He's a big winner.
My wife at home says, who was the guy? I'd never seen him before. My dad says, I've never. Most people, his YouTube channel only had 180, 200,000 subs.
Yeah.
Very good, eloquent. I've had him on. He's been on Rogan a couple times. So he's getting the momentum. I think Andrew Wilson won because for everybody that says, what an idiot to give $300,000, I think it's the same story as Kanye spent $7 million on an ad for Super Bowl and sold $25 million of merch. I think Andrew Wilson won because overnight now everybody.
It's such a false equivalence, dude. Like Kanye West is selling merchandise. Andrew Wilson was trying to have an intellectual debate and he completely wrecked himself. He completely wrecked himself, dude. PBD is stupid, dude. Make sure I have some videos on it. Maybe I'll play a clip on this live stream.
Who he is.
Yeah.
Very simple. So from the business standpoint,
Great point.
Andrew Wilson made a lot more than $300,000.
Dude, why are these
And I
guys?
think Andrew Wilson.
These guys, like he even defends Andrew Tate. Like it's the weirdest thing these guys are doing. I don't get it. 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 Oh, dude. Andrew Tate supporter from Hustlers University subscriber has been sentenced to 39 months in prison for controlling and coercive behavior against his ex-partner. Oh, I wonder why. Carl Farr, a conspiracy theorist in South Gloucestershire, with more than 40,000 TikTok followers, was convicted after a court heard that he became increasingly jealous and controlling, isolated his partner from friends and family, and used threats that made her feel unable to leave him. His ex-partner told the court that Farr wanted her to be, submissive to him, and that his behavior left her suicidal and resulted in hospitalizations. All right. So, if you're familiar with any of this type of if you're familiar with Tate's this clip, you'll know exactly where we're going with this. But so now hearing what I've said, right? Let's play this clip, and then we're gonna continue reading, right?
All the drama, she's got to have all the dreams. We're talking about soul walking. Everything has to come from you, all of it. She should have no outside influences on any level.
Can you talk a bit about that, about how the restrictions and the boundaries you put on a woman in terms of who she can talk to, where she can go, these kind of things?
Yeah, absolutely. So you have to be very careful with this, and I'm very careful when I talk about this because I don't want anyone to get autistic about it, right? But if if you really want to truly solo up a chick, she's yours. And when I say she's yours, I mean she's basically you, her family, your family. That's basically it, right? If she has like a really strong social circle and she really insists on seeing them, they're going to have a big influence over her. And it is in your best interest to get her away from that social circle. So you're trying to solo her, right? We don't want her out with whoever saying whoever. And then women can't shut the fuck up either. They'll talk your business. They'll give their side of the story only. You're a bad guy now. My husband wouldn't do that, even though the bitch is lying just to try and flex. You know what I mean? It gets in their head, right? So you have to try and isolate her from those things. And the things we've talked about thus far, like selling a dream, adding excitement, her never catching you slipping, all these things tie into isolating her and taking her away from the outside influences. Every outside influence is your enemy. All of them. So when it comes to flirting, there's certain hard rules, right? We don't let your chick kind of rules. That's a hard rule. That's the obvious one. If she's going to insist on that.
Dude, every outside influence is your enemy, he says. That's absolutely so insane to say, dude. He's in front of a bunch of men with their fucking pen and pad out. Every influence outside of yourself is your enemy. That's crazy. All right, let's let it play. Let's not get sidetracked.
She's definitely wants chicken, right? That's the first one.
She goes back down to Tristan's front of the hoe. Yeah, so from main chick, side chick, all the way back down to the bottom of the hoe.
And there are hoes.
Dude.
There's some chicks I know that are just hoes. I got some chicks who are fucking 15 out of 10. They're beautiful. I bang them every time I see them. But I know they do shit with being hoes. I don't know them. I think they're hoes. Hoes are hoes, right? So you have to keep that frame in mind. But in terms of like
Dude, he's so cooked. He's so cooked. This clip alone.
Isolating from the friendship. It's not actually that difficult to do. Because women, people always talk about women being mystery. I will hard disagree with that. I think women will tell you anything you fucking want. You start coaxing out, they can't shut the fuck up. You can't shut the fuck up. You can sit there. Next time her friends come over, when they leave, just say, what was Leanne doing? Like, well, I don't know, she looked like she had evil look on her face. Oh, well, actually, last week she said this. Bullshit. They'll do it to themselves. You can say, oh yeah, she just seemed a bit jealous of you when we're talking. Some garbage. You can pry it out of themselves. And when we talk about selling the dream, this is how everything's all encompassing, everything comes together, because they do. Imagine you just told her Leanne this. She said, yeah, me and Leanne argued last week. You have to sit down and say, you know what, there's some things I'm working on. If that money comes in, I really don't want you to hang out with Leanne. She doesn't deserve to be hanging around with me. You're saying, you're right. And she buys into the narrative more. She buys into the drama deeper. The rift with Leanne is now strength. You understand where I'm coming from? And people will call it manipulation, but what you're really doing is putting the pieces on the chessboard in the best place for you to win. You're the one playing the fucking game, but most dudes don't pay attention.
People call it manipulation, but you know, to defend the accusation of manipulation before it even happens is so crazy. I mean, it's clearly manipulation. I'm sorry, dude. I was speechless. He's just proud. And then to have these two spineless idiots on his left and right. Man. If I could have just been in that room. I mean, I guess there's a reason. I mean, people like me aren't in that. Like, it's not, man. There's a market for anything, I swear to God. If you're loud enough and you have a PR team, there's a market for any bullshit. I swear to God. Dude, he literally marketed human trafficking. That was Hustlers University. How to traffic women. How to isolate your women. How to use them to make money. How to pimp. There's also there's a market for believing the earth is flat. There's a market for all sorts of stuff, dude. There's all sorts of religions. Whatever. You can't. I guess you can't judge too hard. You gotta just. But like when you start to destroy people's lives, that's when I feel like that's when you gotta step in. When you're kind of degrading society, that's when it kind of goes too far. Cause at least religions kind of help people. But this kind of shit is just pure destruction.
Ducks out of the dream. Don't give her any drama. Leanne turns up. Oh, hi, Leanne. And they wonder where all those fucking wrong.
Attacking frame is actually really easy too, because secretly, even though they're all friends,
They hate each other anyway.
So
They're always trying to rob each other.
So one way that I isolate my girl to
Oh my God! One way that I isolate my girl, dude. This is Justin Waller, a White House guy. One way that I isolate, dude. Clip it. That's insane. Run that shit back. One way that I isolate my girl.
because secretly, even though they're all friends,
They hate each other anyway.
So
They're always trying to rob each other.
So one way that I isolate my girl to be only in my frame and not have her friends have influence is I attack her friend's frame. So we get in the truck and like, she ain't saying anything. Well, of course she's not. She doesn't respect it. And isn't she the one that said she wanted to go to Vegas on a girls trip? Yeah. She doesn't respect it. Trash. Yeah, trash. And I'll just attack every one of her friends because it's easy because every one of her friends' men are fucking pussies. Yep. So it's all right there. They're an example of what we're teaching not to be. So it's easy to penetrate it. And the next thing you know, my girl is coming to me almost as if she thinks I'm going to forget that I told her this.
Dude, this is the weakest shit I've ever heard. Look at him smiling at him. This is literally the weakest shit I've ever heard. I'm not even trying to be like contrarian or like silly. This is literally the weakest shit I've ever heard. How can you say that with pride? He's saying that with his chest. Ugh. What the hell? Let's hear that again.
They are an example of what we're teaching.
He's saying, all I do is talk them down to make me feel stronger. That's essentially all he's saying.
Not to be, so it's easy to penetrate it. And the next thing you know, my girl is coming to me almost as if she thinks I'm going to forget that I told her this, telling me like, I told her that she must not respect a man. I didn't know it. I'm like, I know it. Good job. You know, I'm proud of you. And that's all she really wants. Yep. Is for me to be proud of her. So once those things are installed and you get to what Andrew's talking about, where she looks at you like the hero, all she wants to do is make you proud of her.
100%. And that's also how she'll get her superiority over the women, which is what she's vying for. Well, this one's doing that whole shit. I don't do that whole shit.
Dude. They're talking about stuff that works on like, unfortunately, like little girls, right? Because that's what they go for, unfortunately. That doesn't, dude. This is pathetic. Here's how I isolate my girl. When she talks about her friends, I just talk down on them, and I feel better about it. And why I do it so much that by the time she's done, she looks at me like I'm the man. Holy crap, that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad, mate. All right, let's check out this Tim Dillon clip before we dip out of here. Where's Timmy D? Where's Timmy D? Where's Timmy D? Where's Timmy D? Yeah. Shout out to Tim Dillon. Dude, Tim Dillon, he's been killing it since forever, but lately he just, man. Anyway, Tim Dillon here's a clip from one of his latest podcasts.
Chrissy Metz has decided to go on a GLP-1, which is a very good thing for her. And I support her, applaud her, yes, queen. And she was on a show, I believe, called This Is Us. It was This Is Us, right? It wasn't Is It Cake? We have Savannah Guthrie, whose family kidnapped and murdered her own mother because they wanted crypto. She is now interviewing this morbidly obese woman who has done the right thing by saying, I'm going to stick myself with this needle and try to live. Savannah Guthrie goes, why are you doing that? Okay, so here we have what morning TV in this country has become. Take it away.
You've represented this whole community. And I don't know if there are some people are watching and have mixed feelings about it.
Sure.
And I don't know that.
By the way, stop it for a minute. Here's my first thing to Savannah Guthrie. I go, hey, where's your mother? Why are you here right now? Can I ask you a question? Why are you here?
If there are people that are like, oh, Chrissy, I thought, that somehow they're disappointed with this. What would you say?
Oh, I think that it's so important to put yourself first.
Yeah.
And, as we age, sometimes we have health issues that we're concerned about or want to get ahead of. And that was certainly my case. And
stop it. Pause it. Even though people feel seen by me, and I really appreciate that, the fact of the matter is this. I am going to explode. Savannah, if we're going to start with the explanations before you chastise this fat bitch for losing a couple of pounds, what the fuck went on with your mother? Because Savannah Guthrie's like, by the way, I put a picture of you on my refrigerator every morning that we hadn't heard from my mother, and she was expiring in the trunk of a car. I looked at you and I said, at least I'm not this fat bitch. So if you get thin, who's going to be that fat bitch for me? Well, that's a good question. That's so sweet.
There are people that are like, oh, Chrissy, I thought, that somehow they're disappointed with this. What would you say?
Timmy's been fucking killing it. Oh, it took me to the whole ass live stream. So you can find some other clips?
You're one sentence away from launching your website with Base 44. Since the beginning of the internet, there's never been such a fun...
The shocks can only be delivered when they contact... That emitted a kind of a... all of this stuff, people that have committed heinous crimes can leave, and you will need people to get people that have committed crimes, obviously, if they've done something really bad. But what you just don't need this group. This group has done a lot of damage to the cause of actually having a secure border, because people don't want this. They don't want to be associated with this. They don't want people being grabbed with electric shock gloves. Touch a subject's clothing, at least satisfied mattresses.
Manufacturer. A senior DHS official.
So that's what's going to be going on. That's the sound you're going to hear when you're eating a muffin in the morning and having coffee. You're just going to hear, ah! Let's watch that one more time.
These demonstration videos released by the manufacturer. A senior DHS official tells NBC News officers will be able to turn on the gloves, also known as zap gloves, at the touch of a button, emitting a shock they say won't leave a mark or hurt the person after they are released, saying it allows officers to avoid using firearms and is better than pepper spray, which can impact bystanders. In a statement to NBC News, DHS says every decision is made with careful consideration and appropriately reviewed to ensure any technology ICE utilizes.
Just use a taser. Right? They have tasers and stun guns. That's what those are for, right? Why do you have to fucking... What is this? What are we doing? Hit them with your stick. Shoot him with your taser. You don't need a fucking... I don't know. This is going to be the biggest non-thing ever. Like, I don't know. Maybe in certain settings that could work. I can't imagine, like, a patrol person using that. I don't know. Maybe the circumstance. Keep it in their utility belt, right? Like Batman. Just in case. You never know. You might be useful.
This is consistent with all applicable law enforcement policies and standards.
Well, there you have it, folks. That is, I'm skeptical if this is the right direction to move into as a country. I don't think it is. I don't think, we were able to, detain people and restrain people for years and years and years without this technology. I don't know what has happened that would make this technology necessary. And if you don't think this will be used on you or someone you know, eventually you're crazy. I mean, this is...
Exactly. Why do we need this? We have tasers and stun guns and sticks and billy clubs and whips, nets, stun guns, rubber bullets, tranquilizers. What do we need? Now I have to put on a glove mid-interaction? Come on, dude. That's so stupid.
Not going to be simply for people that have committed crimes. All of this stuff, the flock cameras, all of it is coming. It's not coming to just make you safe. They don't care if you're.
Think about it, even tactfully, right? If you're with an aggressive person who's not listening, that would make you have to use that, right? You still don't know if they have a weapon or not. So while you're reaching for your glove and trying to put in the right fingers into the thing, the motherfucker could pull out a knife or whatever the fuck and come at you while you're trying to put on your stupid electricity static shock glove. Like, it's the dumbest shit ever, dude. Pull out your taser and bzzz, which doubles as a stun gun. That glove makes no sense. That has to be like a cash grab from some like technology company.
You're safe. Again, all of it is coming to build a surveillance grid that is like nothing else that has ever existed in history. Listen to me now. Nothing in history will be, you will not be able to find a comparable in history for the level of surveillance that they're going to employ at the cellular level here. They're going to monitor your hopes and dreams, everything you type into Google, all of your text messages, every email, every phone call, your physical location with your phone camera. They're going to have flock cameras and license plate readers and facial recognition, biometric eye scans. They're going to have all of these things. You'll be in a web of surveillance unlike any that has existed in history. And all of that is designed because what is coming is going to be very disruptive. And they know that. They're aware that what is coming is going to be very disruptive. It has to probably do with the eventual disruptions to the economy with AI. It could be a major war. It could be a climate event. Whatever they think is coming, or it could be all three. Whatever they think is coming, they are building this surveillance grid so that when...
I'm sorry. I gotta hear that again.
Disruptive. And they know that. They're aware that what is coming is going to be very disruptive. It has to probably do with the eventual disruptions to the economy with AI. It could be a major war. It could be a climate event. Whatever they think is coming, or it could be all three. Whatever they think is coming, they are building this surveillance grid.
Vibra, you're here just in time. This is your speed right here. What you think about what Timmy's saying, my boy?
So that when it comes, they are able to address the disruptions in society that this will cause. This is going to cause significant fissures in society. There's no way that this is all being done. And by the way, at a breakneck pace. This is happening quick.
Yeah.
They want this stuff happening quick. There's already 1,000 flock cameras in New York. There's already...
Yeah, it's like a moving train, dude. It doesn't matter what you put in front of it. Those people can knock down those cameras. They're just gonna keep putting them up. You're gonna get more tired of knocking them down than they will be of fixing them and putting them back up. You can't stop this train. You said, he's right, but I hate guys like him who freak out and bring fear porn, but he will never offer a solution. Well, I don't know if it's as much fear porn as it is like calling it out. Because Look, no one else is calling it out. You know what I mean? Everyone's just like, oh, the market and oh, this technology and oh, AI. He's calling it in the broader. He's seeing it from like outside of everyone's goofy ass perspective. He's like, dude, does no one see like it's happening? He's trying to warn everybody that it's happening. But I mean, yeah. I see what you're saying, but I don't know. I don't think he's really fear porning as much as he is kind of just being like, wake up, people. Like, you know how like George Carlin was as a comedian? Like he's like, he's like a modern day George Carlin. He's like, come on, like there's no freedom, there's no this, you know what I mean? But yeah, I hear what you're saying, Vibra.
I found out what it was a week ago. Here's the thing, this is the way technology will work now. You'll find out what something was a week ago, and then it'll just be being used. It'll be being used. How many flock cameras are in NYC? Let's see if we can get that up. Maybe I'm overreacting, but
yeah, he's low key, he's honest about how he presents too. Even in the same breath, he'll be like, maybe I'm overreacting. But you got to remember, he's also like entertaining. Like he's entertaining his crowd. But yeah.
let's see what's going on here. It's probably more than I would like. I would like none.
I would like
there's
none.
0 right now. Well, that's good. But hold on. Wasn't there an Upper West Side thing, flock camera? Well, they're coming. I imagine they're coming. There was like a flock camera story out of New York City. And what is this?
What is this?
The map of all the flock cameras.
They just said there was no flock cameras.
Maybe this is what they're going to put in?
I don't know what's going on, but the flock cameras are coming. I thought, because by the way, people are destroying them, so people are seeing them all over the place.
You know what? Here, let me do something real quick.
People are going and destroying these because people do not like them. But they are coming, and this is the way technology is going to work. You'll hear about this chocolate.
I'm looking up a flock camera map right now on the side.
Love, and then all of a sudden somebody will shock glove
Holy
you. And you'll be
shit!
like,
No,
what the fuck?
dude.
Like,
Dude, this is insane. Hold on a second. Am I still connected?
That's how quick it's.
Yeah, I think I am. Yeah, I think because I just opened a website. Dude, 90,000 plus ALPR cameras, 20 billion scans per month. Look at this. This is insane. This is an insane scale. Yeah, they're not fucking around. Kansas City's hard as fuck. Holy, look at New York. Look at New York. Yeah, you're not gonna stop it. Dude, there's already this many? I thought it was just like a weird niche like thing. That's insane, dude. This is like the Predator thing. When you can see predators in your neighborhood. LA? Oh my god. Wow. Oh, there's not actually really that many when you look down. LA's actually pretty big. Torrance. I'm not gonna tell you where I am. You almost got me. You probably if you look at my X post, you could probably find out where I am. Anyway, damn. Yeah, they're not. Yeah, Timmy's right. They're fucking everywhere, dude. Mostly on the East Coast and the South. God damn. What is this right here? Atlanta. Huh. That's crazy. So Georgia has a shit ton. Miami, Florida, New York, Chicago. Of course Chicago has them. Every fucking block, dude. Hey, if that's what it takes to stop certain crimes, dude, I'm with it. Fuck it. What are you gonna do, man? I don't know, man. You could argue for and against them. I'm just gonna be neutral. Whatever. They're there. Knock them down if you want to. I'm not saying go do it, but have at it. None of my business. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It's going to be now. How can I check the location of flock? I mean, look at that. Put that up right there. That is a map, I believe, of this is the reported locations of cameras in your neighborhood. Now, the flock cameras are supposedly going to only be used again if someone shoots somebody, and they'll only be used for public safety and everything like that. Don't worry about it. They're not going to be used for any other reason. Just like everything else we've been told. All of these things are coming, obviously, because there's some level of preparation happening for some event or multiple events. And I'm not even saying people have an exact idea of what they are, but they have some scenarios drawn up that will require this level of surveillance, this level of control, for sure.
What is an AI
Oh, Scooby-Doo-Bebop.
Well, this is the latest buzz in the security world. In 60 seconds, I'll attempt.
Look at that. I thought that was places where they had the Taco Bell lettuce. I'm kidding. And by the way, let's support Taco Bell. I really am.
I don't know if you guys heard about that Taco Bell lettuce breakout. There's a recall on Taco Bell lettuce. That's a fucking hilarious callback. In case you weren't up on the news. Dude, I love Timmy. Timmy's just hilarious, dude.
Want to support Taco Bell right now. They got a lot of bad press, but Taco Bell is the one fast food restaurant that we still like. We still like it. It warms our hearts. Yeah. If you're from the South, it's Chick-fil-A for you. Whatever. Taco Bell's the nostalgia. You're out with your buddies. You're all high. You're 17. You go through Taco Bell. You get the best food you can get in the world. When you're high and you're a teenager, Taco Bell is the greatest food in the world. And how lucky that there's one in the next town over. And it's amazing. And, you know, I've talked about this. I did an episode many years ago called Fat Girl with the Clean Car. Because one of my friends was a fatty boom batty, but she would never eat in front of us. She always had an immaculate car, very clean. And then one day we just noticed on the dashboard was a perfectly diced Taco Bell tomato. A perfectly diced tomato that had come out of a... And I didn't even mention it, but she had gotten it all. She had gotten it all out, except for one perfectly diced tomato that could have fallen out of a chalupa, a gordita. It was there, and it was just but again, clean car, always smelled great, always smelled like a cupcake. They do that icing scent. But Taco Bell to me is a part of my childhood. And yes, can you get up R.I.P. the lettuce that did kill the man, the 47-year-old man who did shit him?
Dude, that has to be the best fucking 2 minutes on Taco Bell ever. Oh, my cheeks hurt, dude. Oh, man. He's right. And then the fatty boom batty story on top of that. The perfectly diced tomato. The way he describes that story, it's like you can feel him rummaging through his memory banks. It's like the way he's such a good storyteller.
Himself to death. Bring that up because that is unfortunate, and we want to also.
Jesus. What did he just say?
Death.
Did he
Get
say?
up,
I think he
RIP.
said. I think he said what I thought he said.
But Taco Bell to me is a part of my childhood. And yes, can you get up RIP the lettuce that did kill the man, the 47-year-old man who did shit himself to death?
Jesus Christ.
Bring that up because that is unfortunate. And we want to also, if we're going to defend Taco Bell, let's also kind of memorialize this man who gave his life.
Oh, dude.
For
Timmy, don't do this, Timmy. Oh, no. He's going to make me laugh. I don't want to laugh at this. He's going to make me laugh before he says anything. Oh, no. Oh, God.
Taco Bell. Oh, wait. Now they're saying no deaths have reported? So it's fake.
Oh, God,
I heard a guy
thank God.
died. I heard someone died.
Thank God.
I heard a 47-year-old guy died from this cyclospora thing. Is this complete fraud?
Oh, thank God.
Wow, it's fraud.
Thank God.
I don't even believe this was real, this thing. By the way, I told 9 people I had it.
I was like, dude, I'm about to laugh. Dude, Timmy almost made me laugh at some guy's untimely death.
To get out of things. Because it was just an excuse. Don't ever waste an excuse that's public. If something is public, just say, I've got that parasite lettuce thing, I think. If something is public, never waste an excuse. Okay, yeah, so 2 people have died in Michigan. Let's watch this because we do want to mourn the dead who gave their lives. Come on, here it is.
They gave their lives to Taco Bell. Fuck, dude. I can't laugh. All right, yeah, I can't laugh on this live stream. He said, looking west side New York at the Jewish neighborhoods. I'm a mind my business.
Blamed on at least 2 deaths.
Now, the illness is not typically deadly. However, these 2 people who died had underlying health conditions, and they came down with the foodborne parasite. Caroline Elliott with the update tonight.
The infamous explosive diarrhea parasite has now turned deadly.
Don't say that. Even if it is explosive diarrhea, don't say that. Why do you have to say that? You don't have to say. You don't have to say.
Deadly in Michigan after the state reported the first 2 deaths linked to the outbreak.
In the arms of the angel. Please keep going.
The immunocompromised or individuals that have some really bad reactions to that.
According to the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, both patients had quote, significant underlying health conditions and died after getting the foodborne illness.
When someone is ill, they should, after a couple of days of experiencing the watery diarrhea, and if it doesn't go away, they should definitely seek medical attention.
Michigan is the hardest hit among the 45 states reporting cases, with more than 11,000 total, and as of late July, nearly 200 hospitalizations. Federal health officials linked the outbreak to lettuce imported from Mexico that served at Taco Bell locations around the country. And since then, some producers have seen.
All right, get it out of here. Get it out of here. R.I.P. to the people. The last thing they heard was that crunch. That Taco Bell crunch. Can you get that up? Can you just get the Taco Bell crunch sound? Because that's the last thing they heard. And what a beautiful way to go out, by the way.
Timmy, no.
I don't know if you'll be able to get the crunch, but what a beautiful way to go out. That was their final act. Their final act was to go through a Taco Bell.
Dude.
There it is. Oh, that's kind of an RIP. That's for whom the bell tolls. Let's go. Last thing they heard. There it is.
Oh my
One more
God,
time, RIP.
dude. No, I don't agree with this. But goddamn.
Okay,
no.
give it to me again.
Dude.
One more time.
No half measures. Timmy is a no half measures comedian. God damn.
And by the way, if I was at their funeral, I would say, and now for a moment of silence. That's
Oh
right.
my God.
That was the last thing, and that's sad. It is very sad, but it is a good way to go. You drive through, you get a nice treat, you eat, and I hope it was a good one. See, that's the thing. You don't want some Taco Bells, it's just you get it, you go, what the hell were you guys doing back there? Because sometimes the beans are on the outside of the thing. Like sometimes the Taco Bell goop that's supposed to stay in it is leaking out and it's on the outside. It looks like shit colored. So you go, just keep it in. It's got to be in. You don't want to see the inside. You just want to eat it and kind of stare. I hope it was a good, I hope after that they said this was a tasty, nice one. That's the best you can hope. I hope after they had that final, burrito, perhaps a burrito supreme or something. I hope they went, that was a Crunchwrap Supreme. I hope they said, God, that was a good one.
Dude, that's what I don't have Taco Bell often, but when I do, I'm like, fuck, that was fire. Dude, especially the Crunchwrap Supreme. I fuck with the Crunchwrap Supreme. Dude, when it first came out, I used to get 2 at a time. 2 Crunchwraps, 2 soft tacos, fuck out of here. In one go. I was a growing boy.
Because then, unfortunately, and I not to be indelicate about it, but after that, they did shit themselves to death.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, perfect time for a commercial
thousands
break.
of realistic voices to use in your content. Change the way you record podcasts, voiceover.
I'm not trying to be indelicate, but that's literally what happened. And now Taco Bell's trying to rebrand now because a couple of people shit themselves to death. So Taco Bell now is like, all right, let's bring some oldies back.
Jesus.
Because they go to the CEO, they go, listen, this thing's getting out of control. A lot of people getting sick. And he's like, any deaths? Because they don't care about anything, right? Other than death. Death is a bad one. They don't care how sick you got. As long as you're not dead, number one, the press isn't that bad for them. Number two, you're still a customer. So they went to the CEO and they go, hey, we got 2 deaths from this. And he goes, all right, bring back the enchilada. Bring back, let's get the quesarito back for a couple of days. Let's go old school. Okay, let's read this Taco Bell story. I know I'm late to this story, folks, but I don't care. Taco Bell's completed the removal of affected Taylor Farms lettuce from our restaurants based on ongoing conversations with public health officials. And out of abundance of caution, Taco Bell worked swiftly to voluntarily remove the product. Good for them. Good for them. And listen, we extend our sympathies to the families of the 2 people. But by the way, what would you rather? Jump off an aircraft carrier in the ocean like some cock, or die like a man with a Crunchwrap wrapper in the front of your car? You know that's how they found these people. They found them in their cars with a Crunchwrap wrapper on the front seat in their own shit.
Jesus.
They found them in a pool of their own shit with a Crunchwrap wrapper in the front seat. Listen, some people say not a dignified way to go, but who cares? It's not about the body, it's about the soul. Millions of men ditching the workforce, data shows. Good for them.
That's enough of that. I think that'll call it for the stream today. We talked about our Qubic. We talked about our silliness. Maybe I'll clip up some stuff later. I hope you guys enjoyed. ED is erectile dysfunction. They have to say it. Thanks, Valis. All right. Let's check out the feed one more time, and then we'll end the stream. Skibbity bop. Vibra's making cake off that Pokemon. Shout out to Vibra. Make sure you give him a follow. Vibra Finance. His Pokemon investments is going hard as fuck right now. Check the flock map of NYC, you said? Alright. Let's go over here. Bop ba da ba 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 dee ba dee boop. Skip dee ba da ba ba ska ba dee bop. Jersey City, New York. Here's New York. You got the Civic Center, Tribeca, World Trade Center. Rikers Island. Oh, obviously none. Let's see. Where's the? What's the emptiest spot? Hoboken. McGinley Square. There's none over here. I don't know if this is like a rich part or some. I don't know what this area is about, but they don't have any cameras here. Union City, North Burge, Yonkers. What are you looking for? What you looking for, my guy? Yeah, is that this area you're talking about? The one I was just looking at? Where are we at? Where was I? Yeah, like around here. This is Jersey City. Yeah, there's no there's like almost no cameras here. Skibidi bee bop wop da hey. All right. I think that pretty much does it. Oh, you know how we'll end the stream? Stand by me. Skibbity bop a dip dibbity boo. Stand by me. Yeah. Skip dibbity bop a dap dibbity boo. Yeah. Hold on, I gotta find it though. Where is it at? Yes, I found it. All right, if you missed the last two live streams, man, this is our new jam here, guys. This latest and greatest Elon Musk AI slop. Stand by me. Say it right there, up to the right. That's New Jersey. When the world burns, when the oceans flood, stand with Elon. Fucking narcissistic piece of shit. All right, let's end on this narcissistic piece of shit note. Elon Musk is our Lord, Savior, and hero. Lock in, folks.
When the whole world goes dark, stand by me. was just waiting for its time. And if the stars forget our names,